Hi everybody, today is Wednesday, November 9th, 2022, and this is episode number 11, your Hump Day edition of Running with Running with Scissors, Stitching with Jane and Julie. I'm Jane.
I'm Julie, and we have no pie to make this episode go any better.
No, but I have to say, for those of you that had pie envy after the last video,
boy, it was good.
It was something
really
else.
It was very good.
It was really, really good.
And since we are videoing late in the day, we're losing all light in this room, so we have super shadows, and you'll see glare on my glasses because we brought in another light.
We had to kind of MacGyver it because we're doing the episode at the end of my work day, and now that we've switched over to Central Standard Time, I think it's dark at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Pretty close.
And we talked earlier, this episode is going to be like Minnesota weather all over the place.
Yeah.
It's 65, humid as heck today.
We're supposed to get strong thunderstorms sometime tonight, and then Friday the high, 32.
And snow. So we will glare on, won't we? No,
That's
today.
Right. Why not?
So, we are delayed in taping because Jane was a little under this weather.
Under the Minnesota weather for a few days over the weekend.
Thank goodness she's
on the mend.
She is on the mend, taking it easy, but we wanted to bring you all the goodness. I know, I was like, I had the weekend to myself, and the minute I get on camera, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. It's just terrible.
Bless you in advance.
Yes. So, I was home alone, stitching. She was home alone, trying to feel better. So, we've got a lot to share with you today. So, shall we? Oh, put the clicker in the basket because we've got a lot. It'll get buried. Yeah, it'll get buried. So, we start every episode. Oh, would you like to do your thank yous? Words.
We hit a milestone. Since last episode, we've reached 1,000 subscribers.
Oh my gosh!
Who would have thought? How exciting!
I know.
Thank you, everybody. If you're a new viewer today, welcome. Yes. We're happy to see you. Welcome to the MacGyver chaos for this episode. We hope that if you like what you see, that you will hit the like button and you will subscribe and you will tell a few friends.
Yep.
If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. We're happy to see you again. Thank you for all of your kind comments. Once again, I've been missing in action on answering the comments, but we do read every single one.
Yes.
We chat about them often.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good to hear from you, so thank you very much.
Lots of it. Did you see this, gal? Did you see this? Oh, it really just warms your heart.
Yeah.
To think that people
Julie, somebody bought their first shepherd's bush pattern.
I know, and I picked up another granddaughter.
Nice.
Someone wanted to be my grandma.
Aww.
I won't mention names, but you know who you are.
I've been asking you to adopt me for 30 years.
Oh, well, you are. Good Lord, if you don't know that by now. So let's get started. What have you done while you were on vacation?
Yes, we were up at the North Shore of Lake Superior for a week in a cabin right on the shore. I did a little bit of stitching, but not as much as I thought I was maybe going to be able to get done because it was really all about family time.
Yeah.
And
you had gorgeous weather.
Yeah, and Julie will tell you from the little retreats that we've done up there, it's not great lighting for stitching at night.
No.
So I stitched a little bit during the day, enjoyed the view of the lake, the sounds of the waves. I have some progress to show. I have a couple of new starts. Yep. Exciting. So yeah. So because we're doing this after work, I'm not like super organized ahead of time. But if you remember, I'm working on Cottage garden samplings, October 31st. I don't have like a lot of dramatic progress, but I did work more on the bird. And just a reminder, this is on 40 count ancient from Picture This Floss.
Oh my gosh.
So
Seriously.
seriously, maybe that's what gave me the sickness. Maybe I had 40 countitis for a few days.
No doubt.
And that was the issue. And
And
then
the bird flu. Sorry.
I almost snorted. And then I have a new start. I kind of got in the Christmas spirit. I don't know why.
It's so unlike you.
Humbug. So I started Shepherd's Bush. This is All Is Calm.
Well, you wanted to start a Santa, so it didn't
There you go, it's my
surprise me
first
it was
Santa.
a Shepherd's Bush one.
Who would have thought?
Oh.
The picture is horrible. It's one of the worst pictures. But here is my Lakeside Progress.
Oh.
Oh, pardon the thread.
Oh.
Man, you've all seen
The
threads
thread
before.
police are
Yeah,
off duty in Bloomington.
it's a lot of fun. His scarf was a lot of fun. The coat was a lot of fun.
I like his hat.
Yeah.
Or is that his scarf? Let me
I
see.
guess it's a hat.
I was gonna say he's
I
got a
don't know
really
why
long.
there's something flying back there.
He's got a really long neck. I think it's his hat.
I think it's his hat too.
That's okay.
Thank you, Julie.
Until he gets a head, until he gets a face, you can.
And this is done on 32 count natural, which is the kit fabric, and all of the cowled floor. This is a combination subfibers are Weeks dye works, overdyed cotton, and some of them are silk.
And one strand I see.
One strand over 2 fabric threads.
Let me see that.
Okie dokie.
Oh, you pull out something else. I'm gonna
All right.
look to see what the coverage is. Well, surprisingly,
Not bad, right?
not bad.
And then I'm excited. I have a new start.
But your
Been
stitches
talking
are
for a while.
your stitches are perfect.
Oh,
though.
thank you. Wait till you see this. This is a Tisket, a Tasket by Rosewood Manor.
Ugh.
I've been wanting to start this for a long time. Finally, all the stars aligned. The fabric came. I
The
had my
needles were
working
threaded.
copy. Oh. And here is my tiny little start.
It doesn't look tiny when you send a close up.
Yeah. My macro photography skills.
Oh.
So this is, I'm working on the first page.
And when you start with a swirl, there's just nothing
Yeah.
better. Doesn't that just set the
Yeah.
mood for the rest of the piece?
It
Like
does.
I don't care how much more I have to do. I have a swirl. I'm all about
The swirl does it for you.
Yeah,
You're a swirl gal.
I'm a swirl girl.
This is on 36 count vellum by Picture This Plus.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, and I love the colors. And I will continue to work on this. I have not really used a hoop much, but this is a lot of fabric, and I am not confident enough in my math to cut it down enough to be on a scroll bar. So, but at some point you're going to have to see it on a scroll bar. I'm not really sure.
But you like the hoop. You used that new hoop, didn't
I
you?
used the hoop that we got from the person on Etsy, the one that has this little
Pull down.
pull down. Thanks.
That's what I call it.
I have no words
The little
today.
hoop release.
The little hoop release-er thing. And it's just light as a feather.
Oh.
So it doesn't add any weight to the weight you would already have if you're working with a lot of fabric.
It's like you're stitching on a cloud. It
yeah,
kind of makes it fun.
it's great.
Oh my gosh, that and the swirl. It's kind of like a heaven
Been a
piece.
full meal deal.
Yeah.
You know, did you hear this? Somebody I work with mentioned to me yesterday that I don't know if it's nationwide or only in certain parts of the country, but McDonald's is offering adult Happy Meals.
What's in those? What's the beverage?
Vodka. Yeah, he said like an
Really?
adult can get a quarter pounder Happy Meal. And I said, well, what are the prizes? Do you get Beanie Babies? Do you get
Do you get it? You gotta
like
have a prize.
trinkets?
Wow.
What is it? A gel pen? I would go.
Well,
paper clips,
we
office
went
supplies.
with Bella, and I just wanted something. I got a Happy Meal the first time I think I've had McDonald's since before the pandemic, but I ordered a Happy Meal, and the fries were in a teeny tiny little red cardboard thing, and there were like 8 fries. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool, because I wasn't really hungry, so I just thought it was cool. But
It reminds me of the time that for my 55th birthday, Julie and I went to Perkins so that we could eat off the senior menu. And you order off the senior menu and it comes, and it's like a toddler couldn't get full. So we were making a joke. Would you like to share? Would you like to split mine? I don't think I can eat the dollar size, the silver dollar size pancake. So
And
if you
one
want to
egg.
split it with me. Oh, we had so
Oh,
much fun on
I
that
know.
day.
Yep, had to pick her up for that, because that's when I turned 55. Phyllis, like, oh my gosh, Grandma, now you can eat at Perkins for free. I go, I don't think I can eat there for free. But her little mind, it was kids eat free 55 or older as senior day. So she
Yeah.
thought that if you were 55 or older, you too ate free. I'm like, no. So,
Well, we'll have to go back for 65.
what do they give you then?
The check. A tiny pancake, an egg, and the check.
And the check. Oh my gosh, that's too
Um,
funny.
That's all of the cross stitch I did. I didn't make any progress on Come Terry. I have 4 specialty bands ahead of me before I get to another cross stitch piece. There just wasn't enough light.
Yeah, and you have to have the light.
And it's hard to do those specialty bands when you've got family around and you're chatting and
And you have to concentrate. You
Always
can't
have
go.
to count.
Just wait. Okay.
But I do have some Hardanger work that I'll show during Hardanger Heaven
Cool.
later on in the episode.
I am just like a potpourri of things. I'm kind of, you know how I said I wanted to start that Thanksgiving. Are you done?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
just gonna put these.
Away.
I'm just gonna put
Okay.
these away.
I wanted to start that Victoria House fall.
Yes.
But I just wanted to get right into Christmas, so I did.
You Christmas
I
without me?
Christmased. Well, I went through my stuff, and I bought the whole collection of them, but I decided to do Mary Old Soul, Brenda Gervais.
I love him. There you go.
There, that big spotlight we've got going on. So I thought, oh, well, this will be interesting read. Fabric. You ready for this? 46 count Confederate. I'm like, seriously? What is this? The stitch size was 3 1/8 by 4 1/2. I'm
3
like,
and 8.
you'd do it and you wouldn't even see it. So I'm like, well, no. So I'm calling this my stash Santa.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have, you know me, I have an idea for finishing.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the finishing stuff and I worked backwards. So I've got
You
him-
reverse engineered,
Yes.
as we say in the biz.
Yep. So I
Look at that.
picked this Santa up on 28 count. Yes, 28. Oops, 28 count. Cashel, dirty. He's a dirty Santa. Dirty linen. And I call him my
Goodness
stash Santa because I know where I'm going to put him. So the red had to match where it's going to be.
Okay.
So then I just went through my organized and I alphabetized. But I searched by color. I'm like, oh, I like this red. I like this green. Oh, okay. So, I need a brighter red for the berries. And then, of course, I pulled like an oatmeal or a whitewash or whatever for the beard. And so I'm just gonna, when I get to the face, I'll go down and I'll just say, what color you know, what
Yeah.
nationality do I want my Santa to be?
Yeah.
And I'll pull out a flesh color I like, and I'm just gonna work out of my stash. But if
Love it.
this turns out the way I have it in this crazy mind,
Look out, world.
oh
Oh, I can't wait.
God,
I can't wait.
I'm really excited about it. Plus, it was something I could hold in hand and stitch. And the finishing option will accommodate, because I'm assuming these all run relatively. It was the pumpkin with the houndstooth skirt. And then there's a bunny and a snow. So I'm assuming they're all relative in size.
Relatively close.
So then the finishing will accommodate that. All of those. Oh my gosh. It was just a little exciting for this old
I'm
broad.
excited.
So then, let us revisit.
Lordy.
Come said the wind.
I've missed you, old friend.
Oh, remember the absolute tizzy this put me in
Yeah.
and still does. Okay. Oh, I've got everything on scroll bars because they are
Huge.
well, and I'm actively working on them. So with the board behind it, because it shows the depth of the fabric, I added 2 sections of white, which really it's cherub. But this is, what is this, Jane? 36 count? It's not 40. It's 36 count Cyprium. It was supposed to be on 28, but I went to 36.
Yep, picture this plus.
Yep, with 1 strand. And I can't even say the simplicity of the pattern, because it's not. It's very involved. However, you just
and it
have...
has swirls, everybody.
It's swirly. And it's got 3 colors, but man, the stitches.
It is a lot of stitches.
And the counting.
Yeah.
You cannot count during love scenes on Netflix. I found that out. Ugh, that was not good at it. No. I can't.
What are you watching that has love scenes?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
You know, I told my daughter, I cannot Netflix anymore. I'm just netted out. I am just movied out. My emotions were all over the place with 4 days of stitching in movies.
Love scenes.
Yeah. Well, they weren't all. But then, you know, we have to revisit this because, oh my gosh. Red Deer.
Red Deer sampler.
I wish, there, I'm level. Red Deer sampler. Okay. Now I had started this on 40 count, to which I was very unhappy. So I got the called for fabric, 35 count weeks, hand dyed Confederate gray. Is that right?
That's right.
And I started it, and I only had a little bit of green last episode. And this episode,
Buckle your seatbelts, everyone.
I didn't add a pop of color. I did all the colors.
Oh my word.
It is something
It is
else.
stunning.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
that was intense.
Oh, I want to start it now.
And the thing is that it called for picnic basket. And it's a pretty dominant color because you needed 2 strands or 2 packages, 2 skeins of it. Now, it's can't be found. I've looked. I'm on a wait list.
There's a worldwide shortage.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, Yogi's got all the picnics. Oh, it's been a long day. So what I did is I thought, I went to, it was on 123 Stitch, said here is a possible substitution, and it said 433 DMC. So I went down and I got the 433 DMC. And I'm like, but there is a lot of it. Like his antlers are that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really dominant color that I didn't want just DMC. I wanted some variegation. So then I went through my stash, and I have an overstock box when I used to buy stuff for yardage for kits. I had sassafras, and that is what I'm using, and I really like it. So if you're looking for a substitute for picnic basket, if you can't find it, I think you'll be pleased with sassafras. That's what I did. Yeah. So this is, surprisingly enough, you know how I am not good at counting or reading. Even though I read on the pattern that it said 35 count, I'm like, cool, I can still use one strand. Well, the pattern said this model was stitched on 35 count with 2 strands over 2 fabric threads. Oh. So then I said, no, Jane, I'm not taking this all out. But I think I'm happy with the coverage.
The coverage looks great.
So I'm just going with that. But I'm like,
yeah. Oh, the coverage is very nice.
That whole reading thing, that you gotta, read everything. Can't just.
It's like a recipe. You should read it completely through twice before you even take your ingredients out.
I know. So
I think the coverage looks great.
So I'm really excited to do that. To continue. I think I'm going to put in the centers where the deer is. Like the deer is right here. So it'll be his antlers and probably his head. And then I'll be able to scroll some more and then work on that.
It's such a great feeling when you finally get to a point where you can move the scroll bar or the Q snap.
Scroll on has a whole different meaning. But I just was so excited. I'm like, what do I work on? I'd get up in the morning and I'd fix my cappuccino, and I'm like, oh, eyesight not the best. I could do the 28 count, and then I'd work on this till noon. And
it's nice to have choices.
Yeah, so now I have, and Tom wasn't home, so I had scroll bars in his chair. Scroll bars on the trunk. It's like everything.
Choices everywhere.
I was in my little cocoon, It was really great. So I believe that's all I have for whips. But here I go, ping-ponging all over. I have a delightful dig.
Oh.
Can I share that?
Yep. A double D. A delightful dig.
Okay, this is kind of embarrassing.
Okay.
We need to hydrate. Okay. So, I was going through some stuff, looking for scroll bars. Remember those big long bags I made for us to put our big scroll bar projects in? That's where I just kept shoving all the scroll bars. So I actually took all this stuff out and I put it in on the freezer in the laundry room, and I'm like, oh my God. I found something. It is Pat Rogers.
No way.
Excuse me.
No way.
What a ridiculous laugh. For one thing, the pattern was only $4.99, so that's kind of okay. So it is this Afghan. You got it? It's kind of warped because I had it wrapped in with a box of fibers, but I didn't do it as an Afghan. I did it as a sampler. So this was going to go in my living room until I changed the colors of the walls, and then it didn't look right. So I was going to put it in my bedroom, and then I lost interest in it. But okay, here's the really ridiculous part. I worked on this during the O.J. Simpson White Bronco car chase. And for those of you who are young, that was 28 years ago. 28 years ago. This has been in that bag for 28 years.
The scroll of no return.
Like, that was.
Do you think you're gonna take it out and have it be one of your whips and work on it?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
It's
because
gorgeous.
Now that I've changed my bedroom color again, it'll actually go in there again. But this is like the mystery, like of Oak Island, kind of like. It was quite an archaeology dig. I'm like, oh, what is this? And I'm like, oh, for Pete's sake.
Oh, what a great find.
It was a find. A top pocket find, according to Oak Island.
Pocket find.
So yeah, so that I think that was my
That's your delightful dig for the week?
yeah, a dig
Nice.
that could be whipped.
With it
A
good.
dig that doesn't need any pipping. Oh my gosh, what time is it?
You know.
I know. Watch. Okay, so now what do we do? I don't even have anything written down.
Do we want to do finishes?
Oh, indeed.
I don't have a current finish, but I have a fully finished
Yes,
to
you
share. Thanks to the magic hands of Julie. Happy Haunting
do.
from
Is
Shepherd's
that-
Bush is
I
now fully finished.
I was so taken by that when I was stretching it that I'm like, this is so perfect. The stitching is remarkable on it. I told Jane, just perfection. I was really impressed.
Thank you, Julie. Yeah, there are some decent X's in there.
And that pattern darning, needle pattern
that
darning,
almost killed me. I had to do that like 4 times.
that's right there,
Yep.
that whole band. Yeah, it was just darling. I love the little bone in the graveyard and the pumpkin and oh my gosh. And I thought my frame guy did a good job on picking out the frame just
Yeah,
matches
it was great.
perfect.
And the pinning and the placement is perfect. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That was
It would have been next. She knew. I begged her not to. I'm like, no, I can do it. Don't hurt your hands. I can do it, Julie. No, really. And she's like, no, that's okay. I don't mind. And in her head, she's thinking, it'll be Thanksgiving 2025 before we see it if we let you do it. She wouldn't be wrong, but
Well, it's just it was a diversion from all the stitching for me. I still could do something, sit upstairs, like good Netflix during this.
I have a drawer full of diversions if you need them in the future.
I shall take another one. We have to get a pile for the framer.
Yeah.
We really need to do that. Maybe we could do
Yeah.
that tonight. So, any other finishes?
Nope. No
I-
other finishes.
I actually have, that Jane hasn't seen these. Again, I got some fabric in the mail and I was looking for a sampler. Okay, that's in my delightful deliveries. So I'm going through several, I've got this big, can't see on camera, big basket that I just lined all my project totes, my plastic project totes,
Mhm.
and I've got 2 of them packed full of patterns. I just stick them in there. Well, one of the project totes was filled with things that I had stitched. And I'm like, oh, man. So,
Oh, come on.
I was a nanny, and there were lots of nap times when they're infants, so I would stitch. I didn't stitch all of these on the clock, but I did do quite a bit. They are the Prairie Schooler Santa 12 Days of Christmas. So, of course, we have the first day, and we have the second day, and you can sing the song in your head. These don't look like French hens, but there are 3 of them.
Oh
And
God, I
then
love
we
those
have-
chickens.
I know, then we have, they'd be 4 calling birds.
Okay.
This is how Bella learned this song. 5 golden rings. 6 geese.
A laying.
Or a walking. They look like they're going on a walk. And then 7 swans a swimming. 8 maids a milking.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say no idea.
8 cows. No. 9 ladies dancing. Kind of under protest. 10 lords a leaping.
Oh, okay.
Jane. Pipers piping. Drummers drumming.
Okay.
Okay, so
Where's the partridge in the pear tree?
in number 1. Where's number 1? I just had number 1. 1. Well, Jane, I just had 1. Stop it. Where'd 1 go? There's 1.
Oh, okay.
Jeez. I think I wouldn't have had 1. So, what am I going to do with these, you know?
Oh.
I had lots of, okay, I bought fabric.
Oh, I love that green.
And that fabric matches, oh, there's not a lot of green on there. How about her dress?
Yeah.
The fabric goes really, really well with her dress. There, the green.
Oh my goodness.
And I guess, I don't know, I could explain. I've got a oak antique icebox
It's beautiful.
down by our basement lower door. And I have a wall space up there. And what I thought I would do, if you can follow my imagination, is I'm going to stretch mount these rather tight to each other, tight to the stitching. And I'm going to Mod Podge this fabric on very thin wood. And I'm going to shape them like, you know, the gift tag that's got the gable.
Mm-hmm.
And I have bought, they were in the bag as well, the magnet circles that have the clip on it.
Yep.
And I'm going to clip each one. Tom's going to make me a very large, this way, large, galvanized steel framed, and I'm going to paint it red, and I can put these up there. So that'll be like a focal point. But I want him to double frame it. So the front side will be red, so I can use for 4th of July or Christmas.
Oh, great
And
idea.
the other side, the frame will be black for fall and Halloween. Because all these things that you see to stitch, where do you put them? If you find a cute little pumpkin or like those pumpkin things, the trick-or-treat ones I'm working on, well, where are you going to put them?
Yeah.
So I can just put a magnet on the back and I can stick them up there. And I printed out one of each of Bella's costumes I made her when she was little.
Oh.
So it's just going to be something that's ever changing. But for Christmas, it'll have the 12 days of Christmas. So that's my thought. Now,
What a great idea.
whether my wood guy
AKA Tom.
is up for the challenge, we will see.
He will be.
I think so.
He will be.
But, you know, right now I've got lots of stretching to do for these.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I've stumbled onto those dots. What were the dots called again?
Finishing dots.
Finishing dots by
It's So Emma,
It's
and you
So
can
Emma.
find them at the Fat Quarter Shop's website.
And I think that will be great for this. And then I get, like I said, I get to Mod Podge and everything. So that was my finish. I have so much other stuff. You want to see
Go
it?
for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know, while you were getting better, my mind
I
was...
have to kind of shift around. I gave myself kind of a wedgie.
We sit on, what do we sit on? Like
Well, I mean,
doctor stools.
My stool is like the size of a thimble. Just
Well, that's because you like the way it wheels on the carpet better. I invested in a wide stool to match the width of my...
We might have to pause the video so I can resolve the discomfort.
Well, I'll try to distract... Oh,
You can't make a big enough distraction so people don't see that.
Well, I have something to show only because for Christmas I did an ensemble. How do I start? Okay. First it is one of the, it's a Christmas version of
Oh.
the scissor kit. And
I
it's
love
got,
that.
oh, surprise ruching.
Oh, and those little pins that are holly berries.
Yep. And the striped fabric on the back with some lace and little buttons.
Love
And
that.
then you get this scissor. You do not get the button fob, but I think that would be a great, delightful detail to show how to make button fobs.
Yeah,
As anybody
absolutely.
who has buttons. Okay, so that's the first component piece. Then I have this. I had a bunch of mache
Lord.
boxes, so since I was retiring, I tried to use up all my existing stuff. So it's got the stripe lining, padded.
I love taking fabric.
Well, you want to know something really? Me with my recycle, renew, reuse. When we got rid of our day bed downstairs, I had made a desk ruffle for that bed out of this.
Yeah.
Well, what am I going to do with that? It was custom made, so I used it for all these kids.
What a great
You know,
idea.
So this one has the joy. Is that in focus?
Yeah.
And that's
It's
over
so petite and beautiful.
and that's over 1 and 28 count on a button. See, now it all comes in a kit. So you've got the box,
Oh my God, full crosses.
the padding, the form, everything you need for that. And then this is a kit. And then
Let me show that.
to go with it,
As if that's not enough.
I did a doily. Excuse my fingers.
Yeah. And now imagine.
That little box by it off center a little bit so you can see, or however.
Oh my word.
Now this is 28 count. All it is the buttonhole edge. There's no cut work in it.
The rest is all cross stitch.
It's all cross stitch. There are some cluster blocks right here in this variegate,
easy peasy.
which is Romy Creations from Italy. Oh, she is the sweetest lady. Oh my gosh. Hi, Romy. So these are her fibers, hand-dyed fibers. And these, I have the pattern. I think I only have 2 of these doily kits left. But you can get her fiber at Inspired Needle, Needlework Delight, or Stitches and Things in Michigan. Because I asked her where we can get
Okay,
them here
we'll put them all in the
US,
description box.
in the US. But this is so, and you can find other green and red variegated. I'm sure Karen's has one.
Sure.
I'm sure you could find Weeks has. I'm sure has a holiday pro cotton
Yeah.
over dye. But it is so much fun to do, and it's very simple, and it's very showy.
What an effect.
Yeah, just
Unbelievable.
so that was my thing. And then, oh look, it's the Julie hour. But I thought,
Oh, can I show the kit for the box?
oh sure. The only reason why I'm doing this now is because if you're in, by chance, an exchange, a stitching exchange with your guild or something, these little Christmas things might be of interest. Like, where did I have, I thought I had brought, 100 years ago, I cross-stitched over one, and this is light green, or, massive lighting isn't showing the pale green. That's stitched over one, and then I had my printer guy print notepads. That's a really fun exchange
Yeah.
gift.
And what a great stocking stuffer,
Yep.
too.
Or if you're going to Menards, Tom is no stranger. I've seen him. It's like, I'm manly. I'll use that. And then I did have, in my beading extravaganza, you can open up some too, Jim.
Okay.
I have three, excuse my massive hand, little Christmas ones, and they all have a scissor for running with scissors. And
Look at the peppermint bead.
oh, I
Love
just think
that.
they were so much fun. Now there's one more that
Yeah. I've got one.
yeah, but there was see, I knew this would happen. I started and then all this
Boy, it
stuff
really
is-
does make me look. I have massive hands. Why do I have
I
so
know.
much trouble holding on to things?
I don't know. Do you have the snowman? Where'd the
No.
snowman get to? Oh, the snowman was the cutest
Maybe he's in the
one.
meadow. Because you can build a snowman there. And we can call him Farmer Brown.
Yes. Well, that's gonna bother me now because he was so cute. There was a snowman, and he, well, look on my website, or I'll bring him next week, or maybe, who knows? But there's a snowman that was really fun because
On the loose.
it was hard to find white beads. All the colors, and it was hard to find a white bead. Bella and I were at the thrift store, and I saw a necklace with big beads and medium-sized beads. And I'm like, oh, look at this. And Bella's like, Grandma,
Come on.
really? And I'm like, well, not only that, it was a pink sticker and it was half price that day. So I
Can't
bought
leave it
it.
behind.
And then, I cut the string and then she comes up and she goes, what are you doing? I'm washing the beads.
Yeah.
And they were perfect for this snowman. And I really can't believe I can't find it. So as much as I've got to try to let that go, I'll show you next episode. But he's darling. He's on the website, so you'll see him. So that's kind of like that was like my little thank you for letting me share that fun stuff. So
And
now,
do I have these on my Julie stash, do you think?
that I don't know. I know you really liked the birdhouse. I know you've got the birdhouse.
Yeah. Well, maybe someday when we're pipping
Yes.
or floss tossing, we can look through my Julie stash
Yeah, we can
and
do
see
that.
what we have. I might have to place an order.
You know,
I keep threatening to do it. My list is long. It's not
Well-
written on anything as cute as that notepad, but
well, you could just say, hey, Julie, you want to give me one of those? And I'll go, sure. Jeez, fill out an order form.
wouldn't that be something though? Julie's processing orders from her website. Oh, look, Hamburg, Germany. Oh, look, there's someone in Seattle. Oh, Jane.
Seriously?
The phone would ring. I'm not.
I'm not
doing
doing
this.
that. No.
Cancel your order.
We'll refund that. So, okay. So, now where are we at?
For fun.
I'm really kind of worked up about that snowman. I don't see him anywhere, do you?
No. No.
Probably with that
Do
sock I
we
couldn't
want to
find.
look at some Hardanger?
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
I'm so excited, you guys.
I have no Hardanger, but she's got, oh my gosh.
So just a reminder, because I think it's been 16 or 17 years since I showed something. I am working on this doily right here from Classic Creations 4 by Sylvia Muir. And last we spoke about it, I had all of the surface work done, all of the buttonhole done, and then I needed to do the dreaded cutting and, I was going to say cutting and pasting. That's an Excel
No.
spreadsheet. That's
But
not.
this is fondly known as the yellow doily.
Yes,
Yeah.
the buttermilk doily.
Yep.
I think I'm going to use the black one.
Okay. While you're getting set up, I'm just going to put my other stuff away.
So I have done some cutting and some plain wrap. And I really am having fun with it.
And let me tell you, there is nothing more stunning in my book
Than
than a plain wrapped bars.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
So these 3 sections are finished. I'm working on this one here. In honor of Sarah, I have a thread hanging. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
And then this is what it looks like overall. So I'm hoping that I can finish that section, and then where Julie is pointing, that also has to be cut and plain wrapped.
All the way around.
Yeah.
It's going to be stunning.
And then I will hyperventilate when it comes to actually having to cut the buttonhole away from the fabric so that it can be released and become a real doily. But I will keep you posted on the progress. The issue now is, I was telling Julie when she first came.
Be free. Run with the other doilies.
The issue that I have is, you know, it's probably been a couple of months at least since I've done any Hardanger, because I got so wrapped up in the cross stitching, which I love. But now that I've taken out the Hardanger, I don't want to do anything else now. That'll be a struggle.
She's all jazzed.
I'm all jazzed.
But that's okay. That's the part I like about having two different forms of needlework. If you're not in the mood for one, you still have a needle in your hand and you can throw your passion into another one. So I get it, because I did Hardanger nothing for 17 years and now I'm just cross-stitched. So
I might institute like Hardanger Hump days or something, and have Wednesday be the day that I designate for Hardanger, and then Wednesday will come along and I'll either be in the mood for it or not. If I'm in the mood for Hardanger on Monday, I'll do it on Monday. Yeah. But if I've not done any, maybe Wednesday will be Hardanger Hump Day.
Or you could have Hump Day be on Thursday. I mean, I'd like to know who said it. Depending on your week runs.
After Monday, it all seems like humps. All the way into the weekend.
Oh.
And then Sunday night seems to be a big hump too. About 7 o'clock, I start to get the, why am I so tired? Why am I so sad? Oh, that's right, I have to set an alarm tomorrow. And then I know that there are some of you, oh, look at that.
What? Oh.
What's that doing in there?
I have no idea. It's cross stitch is like, oh, you're not getting off that easy. She's got a cross stitch pattern.
Birds of a Feather Happy Heart sampler.
Wow.
I forgot, I bought that a long time ago.
There you go.
It's my delightful dig.
You did.
Okay, if I can't find it, remind me I put it back with Sophie. Okay, for those of you that have been waiting for a Sophie Islet update for the last several months, exciting news in store. Just a reminder, this is one of Julie's designs. I'm doing Monstrous Sophie. Ginormous Sophie. All of the cluster blocks and the surface work is done. I have not started the buttonhole, and I am working on eyelets.
And you had how many eyelets? Do you remember? She was keeping track.
Yep.
Why are you keeping track?
My book is in the other room.
Because I have to.
Yep. So you see where there are the tails that are hanging there, right here. You see the little, probably not, the ends of the tails. That's my new. Those are my new eyelets. That's how I know that they're new, is I leave the tail.
And what's your eyelet update? What are you adding to your book?
I am adding, hold please. What happened to my tails?
They're there.
They're right here.
Yeah.
I'm adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm adding 10 eyelets, everybody.
She goes to set count.
10 eyelets in the last 2 or 3 months.
Oh, that is a monstrous piece, isn't it?
Yeah. But you know, you ever have, like, I find this way, I feel this way about cross stitch too. I'm working on something and I really like the piece and I love the colors and everything, but it's like, oh, my stitches, they're not very good. Why can't I just make an X? It's not that hard. And you put it away for a little while. And then you take it out. It's like, oh no, I'm going to work on this today. And you take it out and you go, wow, look at those stitches. I kind of feel that way about this. I took it out of the bag to do some eyelets and opened it and I thought, who stitched this? It wasn't me.
Perfect. She is so
It's not Julie. It's
hyper
not like
critical of herself. Sometimes I could just smack
Well,
you.
here's one of the so I think we talked before. I mean, Julie gives very detailed close-up pictures of her work. And this is her stitching, a black and white photo of her stitching. Super helpful. But when you're me, the brain says, "Oh, you're working on this part? Oh, that doesn't look like Julie. Oh, look at Julie's eyelets don't have love handles."
And what did I say?
And
I
look
have
at that.
stitched for 30 years. So, that's all I did. That's all I did. Well, not 30. It's a math thing. Since, I don't know, since 1995. So it's 27 years.
Look how quickly we did that at the same time.
I've still got the O.J. Simpson number in my head. That was 28 years.
Carry the minus the 3. Excuse me.
Just terrible. I'm not good with math.
And so I'm going to make a concerted effort to devote a little bit of time to Hardanger. I want to do the specialty bands on Come Terry and make some good progress on those. And the Tisket Tasket was something that you didn't want to put down, and that new Shepherd's Bush is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so many choices.
Yep.
So little time. About 11 o'clock this morning, I thought, could I retire? All I want to do is stitch.
She texts me and goes, "I just want to stitch."
I just
and
want
go,
to stitch
"How
in that."
heavy are your meetings? Maybe you can."
Can you imagine?
No.
For a while. So stitching is very calming for me. I think it lowers my blood pressure. It's kind of like a meditation. For a while, the meetings were so stressful and so contentious. It was around a quarterly planning time that I had a piece of linen and some pearl cotton and a needle, and I just kept it nearby, kind of like a doodle cloth.
Mm-hmm.
And when people were fighting, I would just randomly cluster block. It was going nowhere. Oh, I'm at the edge of the fabric. I'll turn it and go the other way just to keep from losing my mind.
Kind of reminds me when Catherine was little, she wanted to learn how to crochet.
Yeah.
So I gave her a skein of yarn and I showed her just how to make the chain stitch, So she was upstairs watching cartoons, chain stitching. And she came downstairs and there was about 35 feet of chain following her down the stairs. And she comes down and she picks it all up and she puts it on my lap. She goes, "How do you make this into a blankie?" I'm like, well, I guess we have to add another
a few more steps.
Yeah, but sometimes that's one thing about Hardanger over cross stitch, is it's just you're working with whatever pearl cotton. And you're just doing plain wrapped bars.
You don't have to
just
look at a
doing
pattern.
eyelets. Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, once you get to a certain point.
Well, and that's what I've kind of been working on at home, is I cut multiple squares of 22 count, and that's what I decided. I've really gone back and forth about this delightful detail, because I know our viewers, there are many, many of you Floss viewers who don't do Hardanger.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I want to please everybody, there are some that want to learn, and there are some that have done it for years, and I know I have a different method.
Yeah.
And I know you would pick up. So instead of just having a delightful detail on the picot, well, what if someone likes that, but they're like, how do you even get to the point where you do a picot?
We'll go back to basics.
So we're going back to square one, and we're going to we're going to see how much we get done. I don't want to have you sit there for 4 hours, and it'll be continual. And I'm hoping, there will be some of you cross stitchers who aren't interested, and we'll try to throw in something, in between delightful detail.
Yeah, I mean, my M&M game will be strong no matter what.
Yes. But that's what I've been working on, someday I'll have to tell you the story, not today, because I don't know what time we're at. Is it still Wednesday? It seems like it's Thursday.
It's still Wednesday.
But I had
It's 5:46 p.m.
Oh, I don't know when we started. That doesn't help. So, Oh well, anyways, so I had a little segment on Home and Garden Television, and I'll have to tell you about that. It's kind of funny. But I had to do all the stages because they weren't going to sit there for a week with me while I stitched something. So
We're party poopers.
I know that's how this will all go. So I'm working on that, and Jane and I will bring that to you in whatever segments play out. So that's kind of fun for that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Now what are we? That's not. We still have stuff to do.
We have delightful deliveries.
Oh my goodness. Oh, may I show mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna hydrate.
Oh yeah, maybe I should too. Well, I ordered. You know how I want to do that black wall downstairs, that black sampler wall.
Yeah.
So I ordered. What is this? It's 36 count Edinburgh linen boardwalk. Now I don't know
beautiful.
how. I believe it's hand dyed because it's wrinkled like it's been dyed.
Dyed,
but it's not
dried.
It's not blotchy. It's just beautiful, grayish with a brown tinge. And then I scored 2 spools of Muir, which is what, French for black?
Yes. Oh, look at you. Very bougie.
103 silk.
Is it glorious?
This is first I've taken it out of the bag. I mean, how are you supposed to tell if it's glorious? I don't know anything about silk.
It's very Julie to go like this.
Oh, well, I have
It's
makeup
very
on,
soft.
So. Yeah, it is. And it's got a lot of yardage, 50 M's. So
And it's not stranded, so you use it
as is, I guess.
Yep.
So I'm like, way cool. I've got this. Won't that be pretty on that fabric?
That'll be gorgeous.
And I'm like, now I've got nothing to stitch. Not like, I mean, nothing, no pattern. So that's what I was digging through when I found the 12 Days of Christmas by Prairie Schooler, which I gifted on the pattern because I certainly wasn't going to stitch 12 days again. So I know Jane says that if it says a color, like green on green,
you have to stitch it in that
that
color.
I have to stitch it in green. Well, when I was at a show, I went to Karen's room, and is that not
is gorgeous?
Beautiful?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Green on green.
Yeah.
So beautiful that I bought this picture. This was in with the pattern. I'm like, gee, Julie, this is 28 count Cashel by Picture This Plus. Pampas. So that's what it is, green on green. So I'm like, now that's beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
So
maybe you could use that for a blue on blue sampler.
Well, this is
Oh my God.
Remember when I bought these?
Yeah.
Rhapsody in blue,
Yeah.
and she said, well, you can't stitch that in any color but blue. That's the rule. If it says Rhapsody in blue, yeah, remember that? Degrading, don't you put on me, you have to. I could do the red on red because it didn't say red.
It wasn't meant to degrade you. It was a marching order. I mean, some rules have to be.
So my question is, Rhapsody in blue, how would that look in black?
Oh, it would be beautiful. It would be beautiful in that black. It would be beautiful in that green.
Okay, so then green on green, how would that look in black? With a big overstated black carvy,
especially on this
brocadey
color
frame.
linen. It would
And
be
could you tell I'm kind of leaning towards the green on green? Karen's gonna laugh at me. I know she'll let me do it. She knows where I live.
Oh, I was going to say, is there going to be a knock at the door? Julie.
Oh, she could.
Can you see?
So that's my dilemma. You know, you get a delightful delivery and it causes a delightful dilemma.
I don't think it should be a dilemma anymore. I think you should do this on that fabric with the black.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, so now here's just really a ridiculous question. Can I have, like if I choose to do the Rhapsody in blue and green,
Mm-hmm.
can I hang that on my black sampler wall?
Sure, why not?
I'm asking. I
Yeah,
don't know
why
the
not?
rules.
I would.
I'm breaking all the rules. So, because I have all of the hand-dyed. I've got multiple of the Weeks dye work, so I've got that. But I know I would never do this in blue because blue just isn't in my... Well, blue is in Bella's room, but there's no wall space left. So I'm going to do the Rhapsody in blue, green on green, and I'm going to do the green on green.
And black.
So
Oh,
that was just like a loaded delivery.
this is so beautiful too.
I know.
That
It's
border
just...
is amazing.
And then I ran across some that I got from France. I'll show those next time because I totally forgot that I got those. And I saved the envelope because it was so meticulously... Oh, I can't wait to show you that.
Oh,
but I
that'll
thought,
be-
well...
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see.
Yeah. So, surprising when you go through all your stuff
Yeah.
and then you realize how much you have. And then, will we ever live long enough to do it? I don't know.
No. What did I see? Someone comment, stash beyond
Oh.
life expectancy.
Mm-hmm. There's a acronym for that.
Sable.
Yeah.
Stash accumulated beyond life expectancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a sable. Do you have any more delightful deliveries?
No, I kind of stumped on you because you usually go before me.
That's okay. I don't have many. My Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month came. This
Is that a new fabric of the month that you're getting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
So I'm getting a 32 from Color and Cotton. I will never leave that club. They can pry that out of my cold dead
32,
hands.
okay.
And then this is 36 from Be Stitch Me.
and
this is 36 count Gray Magic, which is beautiful.
is that stitched out? Is that dyed on one side or both sides, or do you know?
Let's
Had it.
investigate.
She hasn't broken the seal.
No.
Oh. So how do you get into these clubs, and how do you find out about them? Do you get a secret email? Is
Yeah, you have to be in the club. No, I can't remember what Flosstuber I was watching, and she mentioned Fabric of the Month by Be Stitch Me, and I was like,
Where are
let
they
me
from?
process for a moment.
Where are they? In the United States, or are
In
they
the United
abroad?
States. Nope, in the United States. It is on both sides. And I signed up for the Fabric of the Month for their neutrals.
That is just
It
beautiful.
is beautiful. It really is beautiful. Kind of a
Well,
bluish.
maybe when I'm done with the pattern, you should do Rhapsody in blue on that.
And stitch it in black.
No, stitch it in. I saw at one of the shows a gal was doing it in ecru on a colored fabric.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh, that would be
But- or
beautiful.
a
Almost
really-
like it would almost look like a Wedgwood,
yes.
or
yes.
or one of those brooches. You know those Wedgwood.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Well.
And then I was watching another fellow Flosstuber, Niecy Lynn,
Oh.
and she was working on some fall things, and she was using a Wicked Stepmother Autumn Leaves, which I thought was
my
beautiful.
Goodness, look at that.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Was she doing like a whole sampler in that, or just had used
Parts of it.
parts of
She
it?
was replacing, she was working on something that had a lot of color changes, and that color changes were just not her jam.
Mm-hmm.
So she got this, which is pretty contrasty in its variegation,
Yep.
and decided to replace all those individual colors with this. It was beautiful.
You know
was
that
beautiful.
Blackbird book? Can't remember it. That one.
Mighty Oaks?
No, the old out of print one that I had that had the pumpkin on the back.
Yes. Yeah.
That might be kind of funky
Yeah.
too to do it all.
And then I also picked up a nutcracker.
And that's just like
Kind of an oatmeal.
I wonder what that would
color.
look like on there.
So you can
Yeah.
find her on Etsy.
Oh, she's an Etsy
I
shop.
think so. And I'll link her information below. And I just noticed on her card she sent me a needle. Oh, look at that with some
Aw.
blackbird washi tape.
Oh, all
Oh,
right.
how great is
But
that?
how many yards are the 12-yard skeins?
Yeah.
Wow, that's an
Yeah.
ample amount.
Stranded. Yeah.
6-stranded?
6 strands.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, that's fun. We'll have to
Yeah.
take a look at that, because we don't have enough hand-dyes.
I don't. And then I have one gigantic, delightful delivery.
I have to
Yes, you may
take
have
a
to.
drink.
Remember a few episodes ago I was showing one of the accessory pouches from Buckleberry quilts, and I said it was my cross-stitch junk drawer. Well, I decided I needed an upgrade to my junk drawer.
Oh, I can't. She showed me this and I almost wept. Oh.
Look at that.
This is the sweetest.
This is Buckleberry quilts. There are little pockets on the front, but then look at this, you guys.
It's speechless. Oh, the top opens with one of those.
Yep, it's metal.
Oh. And the zipper. And everything. And yes, you put your little
I
sheep
put my little
on
shepherd's
there.
bush sheep on the end, but look at that.
It is just unbelievable.
Fully gusseted. When she first posted that she had made them, I was in love. But the fabric is not my color palette. Like, it's a little too feminine for me.
It reminds me of those old doctor bags.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. And then it didn't matter because she sold out of them pretty quickly. And she posted that she had some again, and I was tempted, but again, they sold out very quickly. And then she posted one a last time that she was toward the end of the fabric, and that's what she did. And I just couldn't wait anymore. So I was lucky enough. I was Johnny on the spot.
Oh my gosh.
And was able to get one. Isn't it amazing?
It is
Judy does such beautiful work.
spectacular.
Judy at Buckleberry Quilts, and I'll put her information in the description box.
It is
So yeah, I'm excited to start to kind of transfer some things over and have life decisions to make about what's worthy enough to go in there.
Exactly. You don't just put.
No, you don't put a colored pencil in there. I mean,
No.
you know.
To put maybe. Oh, I'm
pretty excited.
very envious of your bag.
It's gorgeous. She does gorgeous work.
She sure does.
So that was my big treat for the fall.
And that's what I asked Jane. Again, I'm just new to Etsy. And
It's a
new
dangerous,
to TikTok and
beautiful
new,
place.
and I don't know how to work Etsy.
Oh,
don't.
I can show you. Sorry, Tom.
No, I don't know. I know how to order off of Etsy. I'm sorry. I don't know how to work Instagram.
Oh.
Because I'm friends with Judy on Instagram and she posts fabric and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have to go to her Etsy site.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need help with.
Okay, I can help.
Because I don't know. I think I might have to indulge. But I don't know how all that works. And sometimes I'm just like, seriously.
It was a splurge, and for a fraction of a moment after the order went off, I had buyer's remorse. It's like, you could have donated some of that money to charity. You could have had a refrigerator full of like one beef roast or like something with the price of meat these
This
days.
is the price of a beef roast. Kind of sets it all
And
per pound.
but I let it go.
Yeah.
And then I kind of forgot about it because they take quite a while to make. And Judy does such beautiful work. I wouldn't have cared if it came in a week or a year. Whenever
when
it gets to me, it's the happiest of meals. And when I opened it and took it out of the box, there was no more buyer's remorse.
Well, I think that's fun to have one
Yeah.
special thing. Yeah. How fun.
It'll really be fun.
I'm going to have to come visit it because I just think, and I like I said, I've sewn for a lot of years. Her workmanship is,
Yeah, it's impeccable.
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
beautiful.
well, for throwing something together on a
I think we
Friday
did
after
good.
work, Wednesday, it's
Friday. Oh,
the sad
Think about
thing
that.
is that when Tom was gone again, I made a oatmeal cake, and I was going to show you my oatmeal cake. It's my mother's recipe, and every bite just tastes like a memory. So I was going to show you the piece. So I told Jane, I was so sad that she wasn't feeling well. And so I said, Bella came over, and I said, will you bring a couple pieces of cake over to Jane so she can have it? But I was home alone with that whole cake.
I couldn't be trusted.
I gave some to my neighbor.
Oh my gosh.
I gave some to Bella to give to her boyfriend. And he called me and he said, the cake was really good. What kind was it? I go, okay, it's homemade oatmeal cake with homemade frosting.
Such warm
Yep.
spices. And
Yep.
that frosting.
Oh, yeah, it was something else.
Ooh.
So I might have to make it again. Not anytime soon, but maybe in the dead of winter, and then
I can show everybody where my piece went. Right here.
I could do.
Right on my hip.
I could do. My
As
neighbor.
soon as I was done eating it, my pants were tighter.
my
That's how good it was.
My neighbor said I had a bite because we went out for dinner, and she said I just had a bite because it was just like I knew what it tastes like. She'd had it before. She goes, I just had a bite or two. And then I get a text for the next morning. Thanks for the breakfast. It's oatmeal.
It's practically a salad.
Yeah.
Actually.
No, it's oatmeal. That does not count.
No, it's a health food.
you-
Oatmeal is good for you. It's a health food.
Yeah.
It's practically a salad. Work with me.
In your mind. But anyways, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yep,
And I'm
on the
glad
mend.
we could just pop this one in
Yeah, it was fun.
quick, and we will hopefully be still on
Back on our regular
schedule. When is it? Did we
The
look?
19th.
The 19th?
Yep,
Is that
the
what it was?
19th.
I'm all mixed up. So,
Right before Thanksgiving.
yeah, maybe I'll have my Santas done.
And we'll
By
find the
then.
snowman.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find
Otherwise, that's on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to know where he went. So, take it away.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Like Julie said, we're glad that we could pop in and do this. We will see you again in a couple of weeks. And until then, always remember to give yourself another day. I promise you it will be worth it. And if I can do it, you can do it. Let's pinky swear.
Yep.
We will do it. And we wish you nothing but the best. Health, happiness, and the abundance of all the things that make you happy. And until we see you again in a couple of weeks, happy stitching, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.